sportsmanship is one of the core values of Murray High School. There is an expectation that all players, coaches, and fans exhibit good sportsmanship before, during, and after the contest.
Over the Admirals there in Freedom Field, and here we are on a Friday night with both teams trying to rectify that season opening loss. Hi everybody, Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. We are on top of the press box here at Marbury High School, so we've gone a little primitive tonight, kind of narrowed the amount of equipment. We bring up the, I don't know how many steps, 42. Of course, it felt like about 142, and then got the ladder up to the second floor of the press box, and then there's the elements to contend with. Did travel through some rain on the way up, so I said all that to say this. We have downsized to and our apologies for no clock, but again, Mama Nature and electronics sometimes are not the best of friends. So not going to take any chances as the Bulldogs and the Admirals get set to play. And we may be waiting for 7 o'clock. We had the players on the field about 4 minutes ahead of time. And the officials looking at clocks, and I'm assuming maybe it is a 7 o'clock start we're waiting on. And as a matter of fact, Bayside Academy has now gone to the sidelines. And I'm making that speculation. I mean, if it was a baseball game, they'd start early. If it was basketball, they would probably start early. So I'm probably way off on the reason for a delay in the start. Heck, we might not have quite enough officials, although it looks like we do. But we've got an early break. Let's pause too. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Well, I'm not exactly sure what we were waiting on, but the officials have summoned the players to the field, and we'll try it again. We were lined up to go about 3 minutes ago and didn't go. So let's see if we can get this thing kicked off. Bulldogs decked out in gray, Bayside in white. And I don't see an additional official. I don't see any problems with the clocks. So I guess all's well that ends well as we get this one underway. That will go out of bounds. And an option for a re-kick or brought out to the 35. And got a feeling it'll be the 35-yard line for Bayside Academy. So first down and 10, line of scrimmage the 35. On a... Well, over the stadium, I would say it is partly cloudy to clear. However, when I look around the stadium, there are some clouds. There's a bit of a breeze on the drive up. Travel through some rain. So we shall see. Hopefully we can get, 48 minutes of football under our belts. Handoff given to Kane Lyons. Lyons bounces it across the 40 to the 42. And positive yardage on the opening carry for Bayside Academy. And again, for about 4 more weeks without the services of Brendan Yamani. Lyons would have gotten a lot of playing time anyway, but with Yamani out, he's become more of the workhorse. Bo Miller at quarterback. And another give to Lyons, and he'll be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of about a yard brings up a 3rd down and 6. Admirals move to the line of scrimmage on a 3rd down and short 5. Make that a long 5 or a short 6. And your first 3rd down conversion opportunity comes at the 10:48 mark. Miller to throw, gets it into the gun of Kane. He's got the 1st and more. Midfield inside Marbury territory. And Noah Kane picking up a 1st down. So success on the first 3rd down conversion for Bayside Academy, as they'll make their way inside Bulldog territory to the 36. Pitch over to Lyons. Got a little seam, and he's driven out of bounds. Well, looked like a short gain to begin with. Winds up being 6, maybe 7. Turns it into a 2nd and a short 4. Inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. Opening drive of the football game. Deansville, Alabama, 2nd game of the football season. Miller, another complete pass. Miles Uter. And that'll bring up another 1st. Penalty flags fly at the 9:54 mark. Inside 10 minutes to play here in the opening stanza. By the way, a big thank you, too, to all the folks that made it possible that we were here. You might remember last week I was speculating the likelihood was we wouldn't. But we are. And thanks to the folks at Bayside and the folks at Marbury for making that happen. Miller on the fake. Pass complete. Into the end zone, or no, yes. Into the end zone for the touchdown. Thought for a moment Monroe Parton might have stepped out on the one. The official putting a toe down there, but that was just to get to the goal line and indicate 6 on the board for Bayside Academy. So it is the Admirals on top of the 9:48 mark. And Parton, the recipient of the first touchdown toss of the year for Bo Miller. Extra point try from Jack Wilkinson.
Jack Wilkinson in for a touch to PAT.
Kick is up, and it is no good, off to the right.
back deep for the Bulldogs.
9:48 to play in the opening quarter.
Takes the kickoff for Bayside.
Admirals, a Miller-to-Parton touchdown. And Bayside on the board. Bulldogs out of the 22, crossing the 25 to the 27-yard line on the kick return by Mason Tatum. First offensive drive of the football game coming up from Marbury. And if you are like, hey, I think your camera's shaking a little bit, it is very good, very, I don't want to say noisy. Noisy's got kind of a bad connotation. Very voluminous band. Rocking the press box here. And of course, we are on top of this thing. Handoff given up the middle. Across the 30 to the 34-yard line. And those numbers kind of blend with the jerseys, but that is Christian Taylor. Picking up the first down. Check that. Picking up 6 on a first down carry. Bringing up a second down and 4. Handoff again up the middle. And that's enough for the gain of another 10 yards. As Taylor will pick up the first. So a couple of carries. Boy, a big cast there on the arm of Taylor. Hasn't done much to hinder his running thus far. 2 carries. And got enough for the first. Little misdirection. John Jenkins picking up a couple of yards. It'll bring up a second down and 8. A reminder that at halftime we talk with Ann Schilling, volleyball coach at Bayside Academy. And tonight, after the game's over, begin the trip to Milledgeville, Georgia. Georgia Military College and Iowa Western. That's the number 1 and 11 teams in junior college football. Might have got a couple of yards on the pickup by Jenkins. Let's call it a yard. Brings up a 3rd and 7. Inside 8. 7:56 left to play here in the opening stanza. I am assuming because it is still August, we'll take those breaks halfway through the stanza. Heat related, although it hasn't been bad. Last week, very nice. This week, not as nice, but not bad. First pass play, and there's nothing doing for Grant Thompson. Drop for a 2-yard loss. And it will bring up a 4th down and long, a 4th and 9. Noah Kane back deep to receive. Handling the kicking chores, Carter Layfield. So a 3 and out, sack at the quarterback. Bringing up a 4th and 9. Booting it away from their own 40. Kane stands back inside his 30. Nice high spiraling kick. Kane calls for and makes the fair catch at the 33. And that's where the Admirals will take over. First down and 10. Second drive of the football game. And it will begin at the 6:49 mark. Half number 1. Well, Bayside went scoreless through the first half last week. Only touchdown came late in the ball game against St. Michael's. They've already rectified that one problem, putting 6 on the board on the opening drive. And let's see what they do with drive number 2. A Bayside Academy squad that's got a winning mark at home and on the road. Overall on the road, 70-58. Miller pitches that over to Lyons. Lyons wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Lucky to get back to the 29. Could have lost more, lost 2. Brings up a 2nd down and 12. Miller with a 4-receiver set. Already a number of pass completions, 1 for a touchdown. So Bo Miller already looking noticeably more comfortable this week as compared to last. Drop behind the line of scrimmage, back-to-back runs for negative yardage, but there was a late flag that could be face mask. It is a personal foul, and it is face masking. It'll go against the Bulldogs, and back-to-back negative rush plays turns into a positive penalty. Puts the ball on the 40, couple of yards shy of the first. And a replay of 2nd down. We had volleyball this afternoon, Coastal Alabama North, with a couple of wins over Northeast Mississippi. 2 matches, swept both. Handoff given to Lyons. And Lyons will be close to a Bayside first. Well, let's see what the officials think. Well, they're calling a timeout, and I think that timeout is because of the potential of some August heat. We take the break, too, with Bayside up by a TD. Five minutes, 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And coming out on a heat-related timeout, Bayside with the football. Miller to pass. It is slapped backwards. Incomplete. And that is the first incomplete Bo Miller toss of the football game. Hey, great to have you watching tonight's coverage, wherever you may be watching from. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Miller, pass complete to Uter. And Uter will make his way to the 49. Bringing up a 3rd down and manageable after a 6-yard gain on a 2nd down play. Bayside successful thus far tonight on 3rd down conversions. And let's see if they can do it again on a 3rd and 3, maybe closer to a 4. Kane in motion. Fake to Kane, Miller to pass. Fires, has a target open. Sprinting towards the end zone, down to the 10-yard line. That is Sam Cunningham. Well, last week, not much from the passing game. This week, it looks good. Down to the 11. And you got penalty flags on the pitch to Lyons. And an illegal procedure, false start. Charge to Bayside. And reminder, we head to Milledgeville, Georgia tomorrow, noon Central and 1 o'clock Eastern. Kickoff as number 1 and 11 in JUCO football meet. Georgia Military College and Iowa Western. Iowa Western, 3 national championships in a row, and they have got a heck of a quarterback this year in Hunter Deckers. Georgia Military, who has played Iowa Western tight. Incomplete pass. Uter, the intended target. Miller throwing a little earlier than he wanted to due to the rush. And that should be a good one tomorrow. Second down after the penalty yardage prior to the last play. Shoved it back to the 16, so it is 2nd and 15. Bayside could pick up a first. They'd have to get it inside the 1 to do so. Miller fires over the middle into the end zone. Noah Kane for 6. Admirals on the board again. Makes it a 12-zip game. Jack Wilkinson, who missed after the first touchdown, will try to tack on the extra point here. 4:38 left to play in the first quarter, and that one looks pretty darn good. It is Admirals by 13. Jenkins bringing it out of the end zone. He put that foot in, and that's good enough to get it out to the 25. And that's where the Bulldogs will take over, first down and 10. Noah Kane on the receiving end of a 16-yard touchdown pass. Parton on the receiving end of another Miller toss, 2 TDs through the air. And Wilkinson, 1 of 2 in extra point kicks. And it's a 13-zip ball game. Bayside, 4 minutes, 35 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Thompson at quarterback. In motion is Bailey Namard. Handoff given up the middle. Decent little seam popping through. I believe that's a third running back. Actually, no. And it's Taylor again. Taylor on the carry. Taylor carried the first couple of plays for Marbury on their opening drive. And then Jenkins came in. And it is back to Taylor. Pick up a 5. And it is 2nd and 5 football at the 25. Pass caught, dropped on the turf. And let's see, they're going to roll in an incomplete pass. So not enough time of possession or no foot on the turf to indicate catch had been made.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
And it'll be an incomplete pass. Boy, I thought that Palmer Engermeyer was poised to maybe pick that one off. He was close. Brings up a 3rd and 5 from the 25. Taylor behind Thompson. Thompson to pass. Strong rush. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up. Fires over the middle, and it is incomplete.
Thompson's pass, incomplete.
And it'll bring up a 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Punting situation, Noah Kane. We assume will go back to receive. He will. Drifting back to about midfield. Layfield to kick from near his 14. And this one goes up, does not go far. Down to the 39, excellent field position for Bayside. Two drives tonight, both successful, and both finish through the air. Mo Miller, touchdown strike to Parton, a touchdown strike to Kane. One extra point kick good. It's a 13-zip Bayside lead with 3:40 to play in the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37. That's where the officials say it was spotted down. Parton and Uter swap sides of the line. Miller to pass. Catch made and dropped immediately is John Ben Wilkinson.
Miller's pass complete to Bo Anderson. Jeremiah Lee.
Gain him about 1.5 yards and give him his forward progress.
2nd down and 9.
As we see the clock tick towards 3 minutes. Quarter number 1, 13-zip Bayside lead. A little bit of a high snap. The reverse. Kane's got it. 35-30. Into the end zone. But is it a touchdown? Penalty flag flies in. Might have been a late illegal block right about the 17. And that just might nullify the 6. Well, I did see off in the distance on the Lightning. Illegal block. Marked off from the point of infraction. So instead of 6, football up to 29. We're in a 2nd down and 2. But as I mentioned, we are in the elements. We're on top of the roof. We're very close to the sky. Let's hope that that electricity stays way, I guess that would be maybe east of us. 2:53 to play, quarter number 1. Middle to pass. Catch made. And again, it's Cade Lyons. And Lyons enough for the first down to the 25. Next week, all kinds of sports. Monday, volleyball at Coastal Alabama South. Wednesday at Coastal Alabama North. Football on Friday here at Freedom Field. Back to the line of scrimmage on a first down carry for Lions. Actually, the officials say he lost about a half yard. 2nd down and long. And then a week from tomorrow, we're off to Tyler, Texas. Georgia Military College taking on Tyler Junior College. The Apaches. High snap. Boy, just to be able to bring it down by Miller. Then complete the pass to Lyons. And then get a first. And then almost pick up 6. But guess what? There's a little yellow hanky again on the turf. So let's see what this one's about. And it is a hold. Charge to Bayside. A penalty-marred drive. And it nullified a 6 by Kane and took a lot of the yardage away from a near 6 by Lyons. On a great play by Miller. It was a high snap, disrupted the flow of the play. So you're happy that he just brought it in and wasn't going to lose yardage. And then what's he do? He completes the pass to Lyons. Penalty yardage has the Admirals back to the 21, where it is 2nd down and 6. 1:41 to play in the first. Handoff given to Lyons. Lyons stumbles a bit inside the 20. Fights his way down to the 11. He has got the first. It is 1st down and 10 at the 11. Bayside with a chance to pick up the first without scoring if it comes down to that. And now you got a timeout on the field. And it is charged to Marbury. 1:29 to play, quarter number 1. Bayside by 13. Miller with a handoff to Lyons, and Lyons scampers into the end zone. No flags, 11 yards to Pater. And the Admirals on the board again. 3 drives and 3 scores. Wilkinson trying to tack on another and turn it into a 20-zip ball game at the 1:24 mark. Line drive kick, and it will go wide left. 19-zip Admirals. 1:24 to play in the opening quarter. It's been all Bayside, a 19-zip lead. Booted into the end zone, brought out to the 20, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over first down and 10.
Bulldogs will take the football. First down and 10 at the 20.
Well, you're watching the game. You may not have known this, but you're watching on YouTube. That's the media player that we use now on the website. So that means there should be a subscription button somewhere nearby if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel. Oh, we would be so happy. And, of course, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Thompson to pass, airs it out. And able to defend to the last moment, Angermeyer, but there's penalty flags tossed into the fray.
John Thompson's pass intended for number 3, Jamie Bailey-Mard. Penalty mark is on the play. Pass interference. Against face off.
So a big mark off on the pass interference. Angermeyer, guilty party, but there again, I don't know if you can completely fault Angermeyer from the perspective of had he not committed the infraction. Could be 6. Could have been an 80-yard bomb. Thompson with a handoff up the middle to Jenkins. And Jenkins will pound his way to the 41 for a gain of 6.
Play gain 5 yards. Second down and 5.
Brings up a second down and 4. Bulldogs yet to get inside Bayside territory. .51 seconds left to play in quarter number 1. A lengthy opening stanza. And not a whole lot of running room up the middle for Taylor. Got back to the line of scrimmage, might have squeaked out a yard, maybe a half yard. And it'll bring up a third down.
2 yards. Third down and 3.
Too, if you want to watch this game later, it is available on demand on our premium channel. $25 gets you a year's worth of access to all games. Not just Bayside, everything that is on our website. 1 quarter in the books. And it was all 12 minutes of Bayside, leading it by 19. Not a bad opening quarter. Couple of touchdown passes and a touchdown run. And Bayside Academy with a 19-zip lead early in this one. Rolling out to toss, but there is nothing there. Dropped is Alex Hansby.
Alex Hansby at quarterback. Play leading 6 yards.
So Hansby coming in to try his hand at QB and went backwards, back to the 37-yard line. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. And apparently a quick punt. And let's see what the flag's about. It's from the guy who typically says delay of game, and that's what it was. Well, unless the down marker is not right saying 3rd, that was going to be a quick kick on 3rd down. Five-yard mark off, and it is 3rd and 12. And let's see if indeed they do kick out of this formation. Well, maybe somebody in the stadium missed it, and it was 4th down. Don't think so. 3rd down kick. Kane's got it. Burst inside Marbury territory to the 46-yard line. And that's where drive number 4 begins for the Admirals. A minute and a second into the second stanza. And a 19-zip lead, Bayside Academy, beginning their second of 4 drives inside Marbury territory. And most of the drives that began inside their own territory, not bad field position. As a matter of fact, the opening kickoff when the ball came out to the 35 might be the worst for Bayside as far as field position is concerned. Admirals call a timeout. 10:58 left in the half. .58 left to play, half number 1, 19-zip Bayside lead. Inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line, goes Wells Smith. Wells Smith getting his first carry of the night. Primarily on the ground, it has been Lyons. Kane, I think, with a carry. And now Wells Smith, who stays in the backfield after a gain of 3, bringing up a 2nd down and 7. Hand off again to Smith, and Smith wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, spun to the turf for the 49. A loss of 4, back to the 47-yard line, where it is 3rd down and 11. And Bayside has had success on 3rd down conversions, but it typically has been 3rd and shorter. Right now, 3rd and long. Marbury with a time, with 9:55 to play in half 1. Bulldogs trying to force a 4th down. Bayside trying to pick up the first on 4th and long, and Miller sacked back at the 41. So first punting situation of the night for Bayside. And a couple of guys back deep to receive. That is Brown and Williams. Awaiting the kick. 4th down and 23. First drive that the Admirals have not only converted, not only gotten positive yardage, but as the first drive they have not scored on. Well, we knew it couldn't last all night, right? Well, it hit out of bounds at the 35. Let's see where the officials say via the air it was out. Same spot, 35-yard line. And that is where Marbury will take over, first down and 10 with 8:55 to play in half number 1. Next week, back to the friendly confines of Freedom Field. Orange Beach coming to town. Mancos and Admirals. And we'll have the coverage for you. Next week we'll have Amy Zanity back on camera. So you'll get a little better camera work. Handoff given up the middle. Like a hand might have gotten on a face mask. Don't see any yellow flags though. So no infraction, and Taylor with a gain of 7 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 3 from the 44. And I'll give it again to Taylor. And Taylor will be very close to a Marbury first. And it looks like where the official spots it, it is 3rd and short. Well, you anticipate a run on this play. Of course, since we anticipate it, maybe not. Lightning by the way to the east. Looks like it's a little closer, not a little further away. Handoff given to Taylor, and he's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Well, there's all kinds of reasons not to particularly like the Lightning that I see to the east. 1 is we're outside. 2 is we have electronics outside. 3 is we are surrounded by metal. So if you hear a crack of thunder and hear something that sounds like a little girl screaming, that would be me packing stuff up and heading to safety. If I didn't know better, I would say that it was kicked away from Kane. And a pretty nice return on his last punt return. And this one booted over towards the sideline, not giving Kane an opportunity for a return. Well, I certainly don't want tonight to be like a game I am reminiscent of that we carried down in Central Florida one night, Lakeland, where it began to rain at halftime and really didn't stop. And I think that's the first game I've ever been affiliated with that they called at the half. Handoff given to Lions. Lions wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Best I remember that night, the sidelines were literally 6 to 8 inches deep in water. We had stuff underwater, but somehow it all miraculously survived. As did we. I don't want to give fate another test, though. 2nd and 4 after the Lions carry. Give to Lions. Up the middle for 1. And it'll be a 3rd down and long. And of course, where Lightning is concerned, we're a lot more aware than years ago, like when I was in high school. Years ago, you played on. I guess if the Lightning got really, really close, you would call it off. But now with all these improvements in technology, you know how far the Lightning is away. And when it's within a certain range, game is suspended. Incomplete pass intended for Uter. That'll bring up another 4th down situation. And Admirals will boot it away. And again, you got your 2 guys deep to receive in Williams and Brown. And thus the possibility of rain and lightning, as I mentioned in the opening. The logic for a scaled down production tonight. Just got the minimum subjected to the possible elements. Relatively short kick, but takes a very nice Bayside roll. Down to the 18, and that's where the Bulldogs take over at the 5:49 mark.
Ball is marked dead. At the 18-yard line, Bulldogs will have the ball, 1st down and 10.
And I think we've got a heat-related break. So let's pause 2 at the 5:49 mark. .549 to play in the half. All of the scoring thus far in this one coming in quarter number 1. A couple of touchdown passes, Miller to Parton and Miller to Kane, and then a Lions touchdown run. Handoff given up the middle, nothing there for Taylor. Bounces it to the outside. Able to squeak about a yard out of it when it looked like you could be dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Taylor the ball to at left end. Play fair the game, 2nd down and 10.
2nd down, and we'll call it 11. Probably more like a 10. Back in the backfield is Thompson. Snap, pass, incomplete. Ball was en route to his intended target, Bailey Menard, before he made the cut, and then Bailey Menard trying to make the one-handed snag and couldn't. And it will bring up a 3rd down and 10. Both teams 0-1 coming in. Looking to improve that mark to 1-1. Only one of the 2 will, though. More precision passing, this time Bailey Menard. Bringing in the toss very close to a first. And it looks like he's going to be about a yard shy. And it'll bring up 4th down. And at least at the moment, looks like Marbury is going to go for it on a 4th and 1 from their 27-yard line. And let's see the official stepping in as the play clock winds down. And now I think a measurement has been requested. So the official's calling time. And Marbury wants to know exactly how far away from a first they are on a 4th and something. Good crowd on hand tonight here in Deatsville, Alabama. I've been calling sports a very long time. But this is my first trip to Deatsville. About 2 or 3 years ago, I thought, man, I think I've been to most of the places, you know, within 2 or 3, 4, 5 hours of the house. And then we started doing Bayside and Showcase Series baseball. Found out there's a lot of places I had never been. Well, there you see it. A little less than a yard. And let's see if Marbury will go for it. Sure looks like they're still poised to put their offense on the turf on a 4th and short, despite being at their own 27-yard line. But there again, I guess what the heck. You're a 5A. Admiral's a 3A. It's a non-conference game. Go for the gusto. 4th and short. And Taylor looks like he's going to get the yardage on the extra bounce to the outside. So Marbury with the 1st and 10. Bulldogs looking for their first trip inside Bayside territory. Haven't been there yet. Bayside perfectly content with keeping things as is. Taylor breaking into the right side, had a little seam, and finally Parton comes in to finish it off. Looked like he was going to break a tackle and pick up even bigger yardage, but able to get 8, close to 9 on the carry. Brings up a 2nd down and 1. Football at the 37-yard line. On the turf. Bayside says they've got it. Officials yet to indicate. Coming out of the pack with it. That is, I believe, Will Allen. And Marbury will again stay outside of Admiral territory. First turnover of the football game, and Bayside hopping on the loose pigskin. First down and 10 of the 34. Pitch goes over to Lyons. Inside the 30, inside the 25. And he should have enough for the first with an 11-yard first down carry.
Lyons on the carry at right end. Play gains 11 yards. First down, Bayside.
Admirals with a 1st and 10. 3 minutes, 9 seconds left to play in half number 1, and Schilling at the half. Legendary volleyball coach at Bayside Academy. Handoff given to Bo Anderson. And Anderson to the left side. He extends the play to about the line of scrimmage, no gain. First Bo Anderson carry of the night. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10, football at the 23. 2:28 to play in the first. It goes to Lions, and Lions down to the 21.
Lions the ball carrier. Playing 2 yards. 3rd down and 8.
3rd down and 8 for the Admirals, just outside of the red zone at the 21. Lions in the backfield, 4 receivers set. Anderson, Powers, Uter, Miller. Over it goes to Uter. And Uter will pound his way inside the 16 to near the 15-yard line.
Miller's pass. Complete to Michael Utter. Playing 4 yards.
Brings up a 4th down and 3. 1 minute 16 left to play in the first half. If you're looking at field goal, it would be roughly a 34-yarder. And right now it doesn't appear as though Bayside is going to boot it away, but it does appear as though they are going to run as much time off the clock as possible, call a time, and we'll see if they come out of the timeout with the field goal unit on, or if they will go for it with 4th and 3. 48 seconds left to play, half number 1.
Timeout, Bayside.
Admirals going for it on a 4th down and 3. And as Billy Neal on the keeper lowers the head and shoulder pads, pounds it up the middle. And a strong offensive showing. The offensive line just said, hey, follow me. And we'll take it to the home on the 1st down. Needed 3, got 5. It is 1st down and 10 at the 12. And again, Neal on the carry, pounding his way inside the 10 to the 8. 30 seconds to play in the half. Clock ticking down to 20 to go. 2nd and 5 from the 7. Lions, snap, throw, picked off in the end zone. Williams with a pick on the flea flicker. And with 6 seconds left in the half, Marbury will take 1 snap of the football and see if they opt to just put a knee to the turf and in the first 24 minutes of football, or if they'll try to bring it down the field with 6 seconds to play in the half. And Schilling, our halftime guest. And Marbury asking for time. Well, if you use them, if you don't lose them, let me get this out like it's supposed to be said. If you don't use them, you lose them. So the Bulldogs call time with 6 seconds to go in the half. Well, let's see if Marbury has got anything in particular up their sleeve in the last 6 seconds of the first half. Thompson to pass, drops back, heaves it downfield, and it was nearly picked off. Kane had a beat on it. Parton didn't know it. So Parton broke up the interception, knocked it away from Kane. And that is it for half number one. Well, if you go back a week ago against St. Michael's at the half, Bayside scoreless. Different story tonight. Leading it by 19.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
It is halftime of the half, a 19-0 advantage, Bayside Academy. A couple of touchdowns through the air. One to Parton and one to Kane, and then a touchdown on the ground, Lions. And 1 out of 3 on the extra point tries for Jack Wilkinson. All of the scoring came in the first quarter. And Bayside with an impressive first 12 minutes. And the defense with an impressive 24 minutes as it is halftime. There was a shutout intact last week, but it was Bayside on the wrong end of the score at the half. With a goose egg on the board, not this time, up by 19 at the half. A reminder, next week we are back to Freedom Field as Orange Beach will come to town. It'll be the Makos and the Admirals, and we'll have the coverage for you. And tomorrow, junior college football. Boy, what a matchup. The number 1 team in the country, Iowa Western, taking on the number 11 team, Georgia Military College. And we'll have that one for you at 1 o'clock Eastern and noon Central here on JockJive. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. A conversation with Ann Schilling, legendary volleyball coach at Bayside, coming up.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catches shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
It is halftime, and of course, we are in halftime of a Bayside Academy football game and recording this in advance. But wanted to get Ann Schilling with us, the head volleyball coach there at Bayside Academy. And Coach, you're a legend. I mean, I was thinking about it as I was getting ready for this morning's interview. Out of all the thousands of coaches, the millions of people in the United States, you've achieved something nobody else has. Nobody else has. So do you ever sit down and just kind of, does that ever resonate with you? Do you ever sit down and think, man, I am really in some elite company?
Not really. I mean, I guess maybe one day after I retire, I'll do it. But as of right now, we're just trying to get ready to, make a run in the 7A, state playoffs coming up in a couple of months.
Now, I got to ask, since you bring up, and we'll talk all about last year, this year as well for Bayside Academy, but you bring up 7A. Last year you were in 6A, battling the 6A champs and losing the semifinals. So despite a loss, you still have to progress onward as far as moving to the next level classification-wise?
Yes. We got enough points almost from the year prior state championship. We got 4 points. All we needed then was a half a point. And as soon as we made the super regional tournament, we were there in 7A. So we knew it. So, but we're going to embrace it and embrace the challenge and, see what we can do.
I have never delved into this formula that takes, in this particular case, a 3A and eventually puts them into a 7A. But, does it take a degree in physics to understand it, or is it a rather simple process?
It's not that hard. It's a point system. And once you achieve the amount of points, it's 4.5, then you move to the next one. And, the good news is we can't move up anymore. We're 7A. We can't move up anymore. So only thing we can do is stay or move back down.
Well, here's the bad news. If they made an 8A, you'd have to move up probably. But there is
Well,
no 8A in Alabama.
yeah.
So,
I mean, it's always a good thing to have to move up because that means, you're being successful. Now, I'll be honest, I do wish we would have been able to pull off that 6A state championship last year. Because if you're going to have to move up, I don't, you don't want to move up and lose, but we did get one 6A and, so now we're going to try to get in the mix to compete for 7A.
all right, so you are doing something this year that has not been done in 20 plus years with you as head coach at Bayside Academy, and that's come off of a non-state championship year. Has it been any different from a preparation standpoint or a psychological outlook standpoint where your team is concerned this year as compared to the previous 21?
Yeah, it's definitely different. We, I think the kids it was just uncharted waters and, just trying to navigate through that and kind of talk about things and, kind of, maybe kind of, let them kind of spill their guts on, kind of how they felt and things like that so we can kind of move on. Because if you don't, it's going to probably creep back into your season at some point. But me as a coach, I just couldn't wait to get back in the gym because I always want to rectify that loss, and it had been uncharted waters for me and as well, and it'd been 21 years, so but we've been very fortunate, to be able to win that many in a row and over this span over 5 classifications in the streak, and we've won 6 classifications, and it's just all surreal. But we, like I said, it was a little bit different. I mean, their mindset I think was a little bit different, and you just have to get them, kind of reverting around to, hey, yes, we can do this, and we're going to get out there and compete, and yes, we're going to have to play teams and win. I mean, we play these teams anyway, but we're going to have to beat these bigger teams when it matters. So, but we can do it.
Has it in an odd kind of way taken a little pressure off because you've heard year in, year out, especially after, I guess, the 18th when you took over the national lead from the standpoint of winning state championships consecutively. So you heard that there was pressure applied. I mean, does it take a little bit of that pressure away?
Oh yeah. It does. But I kind of learned to just kind of roll with it. I think for the kids it definitely did. I think they can hopefully play more freely and just not worry about that little entity out there. So yeah, I do think that it does take some of the pressure off, but I didn't mind the pressure.
There are hundreds of volleyball coaches, and many of them, most of them, never get to a championship game in their career. You did it. You've done it now 22 times, winning 20. Well, actually, got to the semis last year. So 21 times to the state championship. You get to the semis last year, and you know how many people who would envy just getting to the semis. You get to the semis, and that's an off year as compared to the last couple of decades. So put a finger on that one thing, if it's possible, that makes your program different.
I think we really try to mold these kids into, good people and, good, not just good players, good people. And, just, I think our program is just built on a lot of love and respect for each other. And, I do think we also try to, every year you have to win differently. And I think we're able to, figure out the ways, the important things that we need to do in order to win. We always put God first, and I think that's huge in our program. And I can't explain it. I mean, there's also been 7 other state championships that we've won since I've been here, but weren't in the so-called streak. So it's really 28.
Wow.
To be honest, it's crazy. and the school has 31, which we still lead. I think the AHSAA and championships won. So we've been very fortunate here to be able to do what we do. But like I said, it's whole person. It's putting God first. It's a multitude of things. Just believing in each other. Just our core values here at the school that are transfer onto the court. All the teachers tell me that the volleyball girls are just top notch and just stay ahead of their schoolwork because we do travel a lot. So I think we're probably not perfect, but I do think we have a great group of girls year in and year out, and administration that supports the program, and awesome AD and wonderful parents who care about their kids and really support us too.
Well, and Coach, I've got to mention, because kudos need to be given where kudos are deserved, there has been one constant, and that has been you as coach. I mean, so obviously you play a role in the success there, a huge role.
I guess so. I don't know. I try to be humble. This is all God's. It's not mine, and it's all His. He created me in His image and His likeness, and I'm just happy that I get to do this and coach year in and year out. And, it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy what I do, and look forward to going in the gym every day.
While we're talking about you, what about your health? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I have a PET scan actually Thursday morning, so need some prayers, but I feel great. And my doctor says that all my blood work has been coming back great. So, I feel great, just one day at a time, and just grateful for every day I get to wake up and be here.
And I would assume, as a matter of fact, I too had cancer at one point. So there's kind of an apprehension, no matter how far removed you get from it, when you've got to go get that PET scan.
Yeah, a little bit. Satan will creep in every now and again, and kind of start whispering some things. You have to go, no, God, you got me, and it's just one of those things where I'm in His hands. So I know that I've been in His hands all 60 years of my life, but I've been really in His hands the last 6 since I've been diagnosed. So I'm good. I know this is only our temporary home, and our permanent home is going to be a lot better than this one. But as long as He's leaving me here, I'm going to try to make an impact.
All right, let's talk about impact on the upcoming volleyball season. It's already underway. How is it looking for Bayside?
We did not play competitively in the summertime, so I think that kind of impacted this first weekend a little bit. Figured out some things, and we won our pool, went undefeated, didn't drop a set, and then we played Auburn High School the first round of the gold, championships in the bracket play, and got beat in 3. But we learned some things in the loss, and we played Gulf Breeze, who is extremely talented, Thursday at Gulf Breeze. So we're looking forward to that challenge, and then we play at the Labor Day Classic in Foley this weekend, and there's multiple good teams there. So, we're still kind of learning our way. I think we're going to be a very good team at some point. I don't think we are a well-oiled machine by any stretch right now, but we're just looking to improve every week.
If you look at this team and compare it to a previous team, is there one that it kind of looks like to you?
Not really. I mean, every team's different. We have a lot of our offense back. We lost our M2 and our O1. So, our O2, Greer Broughton, kind of slipped into the O1 spot. And then we got a sophomore, Fairlane, who is now our O2. And just trying to, just kind of figure out some things. A brand new setter. We lost Blakely, who had run our offense for the last 3 years. So that was a just kind of a change there. And, Abby DiMatteo is doing a great job, but, she had never set a ball in competitive environment until last weekend. So that was something else we were kind of dealing with, but she's going to be phenomenal. I'm not worried about any of that. You know, we are going to be a good team. We did not play well in the first round of the gold playoffs, but you know that's not going to be indicative of how our season's going to go. We're probably going to take our lumps and take our hits, but our goal is to be playing the best volleyball in October.
One last question, and that is, what's an acceptable 2024 year for you?
Oh man. Well, of course, our goal never changed. We won a 7A state championship, but the reality of it is it's going to be really tough. It's going to be tougher than 2 years ago in 6A. So, you're just dealing with bigger schools and, a lot more depth. I'm not saying we cannot do it, because we certainly can. It's just we've got to be playing our best volleyball and just be playing on all cylinders at the end of the year. So, we'll see. The sky's the limit with this group, and we'll see where we end up. But, our goal is not going to change. We're going to always try to win a state championship no matter what classification we're in.
Coach, great to have you as our guest here at halftime. Let me say thank you very much, and congratulations. I mean, for those of us who cover sports, the numbers, the wins, the success that you have had there is just mind-boggling. So congratulations on all you've done at Bayside, and thanks for being our guest at halftime.
All right. Thank you so much, Robert, for having me.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
.19-zip advantage. It belongs to Bayside Academy. All of the scoring coming in the opening stanza as we get third quarter action underway. And yep, going to give it a shot. I mentioned earlier, you got a one-man band tonight. I'm running camera, I'm running scoreboard, doing a little play-by-play, and I'm going to add one more item. I'm going to juggle, a third or fourth item. And that is your shout-outs all third stanza long. It is the number that is attached to your scoreboard. 334-488-1385. Return from the 3. Out to the 30. And the 34, close to the 35. And that is where Marbury will begin their first drive in the second half. And we'll do it all third quarter long. 334-488-1385. That's the number to send shout-outs. Now here's what we're looking for in a shout-out. Who's it to? Who is it from? And where are you watching from? And if you got a little watch party going on, snap a photo. Give us a little caption so we know what's happening. And 2, yeah, we kind of would like to be in the picture as well. 1st and 10. Around the left side for a gain of 3 on the carry by Bailey Menard. And it'll bring up a second down and 8. So who's it to? Who's it from? Where are you watching from? You don't have to get real specific. You know, city, state, street address, nah. If it's a unique spot, you're sitting at the Waffle House watching the game, the Walmart parking lot, include that. Pass complete. And immediately wrapped up on the far sidelines. Again, that is Bailey Nemard. So a Bailey Nemard carry and a Bailey Nemard pass. Gaining a total of right at 7 yards. Brings up a third down and 3. And send all of that to 334-488-1385. 334-488-1385. We'll do it all third stanza long. Good to hear from Mandeville, Louisiana, watching tonight. Handoff given to Taylor. Taylor wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Loses yardage. And it'll be a fourth down, and we assume a punting situation for Marbury. So a 3-and-out for the Bulldogs. Mandeville, Louisiana, we're so proud of our grandsons, Miles Uter, number 13, and his brother Madden, the Wonder Boy. Go Admirals. Love from Paul Wally and Mawmaw Lisa. Paul and Mawmaw, thanks. Shout out to our number 66, Will Allen, had that fumble recovery earlier in the game. From great Aunt Debbie, Papa, Ra-Ra. Or is that Ray Ray? This came up last year, didn't it? And I think I was saying Ra-Ra and it was Ray Ray. Let's go with Ray Ray till I'm told it is Ra-Ra. Great Aunt Debbie, Papa, Ray Ray, Uncle Wayne, and Aunt Lisa in Arley, Alabama, saying go Admirals. Shout out to Sally Merchant. Your husband loves you, from Daphne. Okay, thank you very much, husband, for the shout out and the love. Shout out Sam Cunningham. His aunt from Zimbabwe says, hey, and go Admirals. We love Sam so much. Well, thank you very much for watching. And I'm not sure if she's from Zimbabwe in here or watching there, but either way, great to have you on the other end of the broadcast. Miller got rid of it at the last minute, trying to get it to Parton. Avoids the sack and the loss of yardage. And it'll bring up a second down and 10. To Monroe Parton from Misty in Daphne, Alabama. Go Monroe, number 25. Second down and 10. Football at the 20. Miller steps up. Sacked. Winds up losing a couple of yards. And it'll bring up a third and long. Can we hear? I really love Charlie Merchant. He's my favorite Bayside player. Okay, you just heard it. Thank you very much. Shout out to Noah Kane from his aunt and uncle in Birmingham, Alabama. Noah already with a touchdown tonight on a pass reception from Bo Miller. Three minutes into the second half on a 3rd and 12. Miller passes over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Parton, who is upended at the 30. And the incomplete pass bringing up a punting situation for Bayside and will likely give Marbury their best field position of the night. Shout out to Bax Ferguson from Uncle Donald from North Dakota. Thanks, Donald. Shout out to Billy Neal, number 8. Love Mama and David. Thanks very much to Mama and David. And as you know, you can shout out on YouTube anytime you like. We are just taking shout outs audibly on JockJive during the 3rd. Not a bad kick, relatively short. And there's the first trip inside Bayside territory for the Bulldogs. A drive that will start at the 42. So the second drive of the night for the Bulldogs, beginning at the 40, well, we'll say 43 to be exact, of Bayside Academy. Shout out to Coach Ashton Vines and the Bayside cheerleaders. Got the megaphone emoji from Jonathan and Vivian Vines in Fairhope, Alabama. First and 10 of the 43, fake to Taylor. Pass is caught by Bailey Namard, who'll make his way to the 31 and pick up a first down. First and 10, tell Amos. His Uncle Grady is proud of him. Uncle Grady, thanks. And I guess technically you just did. Thank you very much for the shout out. Shout out Grammy and Pops. Come see me, Roman. Head off to Taylor. Spins, turns inside the 30 to the 28 for a gain of a couple.
At left guard, play gain 3 yards. Second down and 7.
Brings up a second down and 7. Amos McDaniel is a dog on the football field. His friend in Tuscaloosa. Shout out Charlie Merchant. Pancakes all night. All right. I do not write them, I just read them. Another handoff to Taylor. Inside the 25, near the 22. And he will be close to a Marbury first. Third and very short, about the length of the football. Shout out to Palmer Angermeyer, number 6, a.k.a. Skunk. Okay, I'm sure that's an affectionate Skunk moniker. Got an injured player for Marbury. But obviously not particularly serious. Looks like it could be leg cramps. Those are things that feel serious, but aren't so much. .7:21 to play in the 3rd. Shout out to Miles Uter from Presley. And Emmy loves him too. And we're talking about Amos. So Grady and Emmy sending their love. Shout out to Miles Uter from Presley. I think I read that one, didn't I? Third and short on the keeper, Thompson. Inside the 20, and he'll be dragged out of bounds at about the 17. Bulldogs wanted a late hit infraction, but Parton was actually on Thompson in fair territory, just kind of rode him out of bounds. Shout out to Hugh from fans of Magnolia Springs. Sponsored by Ann One. I think that is Ashurst. Taylor trying to break free of would-be tacklers. Man at the line of scrimmage and able to pick up positive yardage, maybe a yard or two. Into the red zone, bringing up a 2nd down and 8. We love our number 9, Cade Lyons, from his favorite sisters in Orange Beach, Alabama tonight. Okay, does that mean there are some sisters that are not favorites? These are the things we ponder. Taylor down to the 12. Third down and 3. Football spotted at the 11. You got to get to the 8 to pick up the first. Shout out says Monroe is 10 out of 10. Awesome. Okay, I'm thinking what the 10 might be. Would that be receptions? I don't think he's got that many. Tackles. He's involved in a lot of stuff. Could be anything. 6:11 to play. Quarter number 3. .6:02 to play. Quarter number 3. Taylor pounding his way for the first down to the 6, where it will be 1st and goal Bulldogs. Shout out to Jack Wilkinson, number 55. We love you, from Uncle Connor. Coach Bracken Smith is probably the best O-line coach in the state of Alabama. What a great guy, says the shout out. As we get to the 5:54 mark, break time, halfway through the 3rd. First and goal from the 6. Give goes to Taylor. Taylor pounding his way inside the 1 and into the end zone from 6 yards out. And Marbury is on the board. First score since the first quarter, and it is the first Marbury 6.
Justin Taylor with a 3-yard touchdown run.
Taylor's been the workhorse today, goes 6 for 6. And the extra point kick coming. Dyson Mangum. Well, he places the tee down, but this does not look like kick formation. And now we'll break into a formation to try to split the uprights.
Dyson Mangum wins the attempt to PAT.
Mangum's kick up. It's good. 2 scores separating Admirals and Bulldogs. Well, quickly to the line of scrimmage and ready to boot it away are the Bulldogs. I guess they want to try to keep this momentum going a bit. Not much time in between score and kick. Out to the 29-yard line on the return by Lions. And that's where the Admirals will take over first down and 10, hoping to put points on the board since that opening stanza. Shout out to Coach Trotter. Roman and Stratton love you. Shout out to Nathan Ivan, the Belgium Bomber, number 88 from the Fish Camp. Thanks, Fish Camp. Shout out to QB Bo Miller from Mimi in Gadsden. Stay strong, super guy. Thanks, Mimi. Shout out to Bayside from Timber Creek. Inside 6 to play in the third. Miller to pass. Fires over to Uter, but he's wrapped up immediately. Breaking tackles out to the 34. And turns something out of nothing. Well, I'm looking for that shout out. I had somebody that wanted me to shout out back to them. That would be a first. A shout out that has the same shouter and shoutee. I have lost it for the moment. Miller over the middle, too strong for Uter. Incomplete pass, bringing up a third down. Shout out the entire Marbury Bulldogs. Way to keep fighting tonight. Hashtag Go Dogs. Good to have our Marbury friends watching the coverage tonight, too. And again, thanks to Marbury for allowing us to be here, to be on top of the press box, and to be able to get a good look at the game tonight. Miller on the keeper. Across the 40 to the 42. He'll pick up the first. Here it is. Shout out Tucker W. in Tuscaloosa. Baba boom. So that's Tucker to Tucker. Thank you, Tucker. Bayside Cross Country Girls. Want to give a shout out to Davidi and Skunk. All right, thank you, girls. And there's your shout out. Back to the 39-yard line to the sophomore sensation, Cade Lyons, from your favorite kinfolk in Blackshear, Alabama. Thanks, favorites. 4:13 to go in the third. So about 4:13 left in your shout-outs. Fake to Lyon. Pass caught by Kane, and he'll be dropped near the line of scrimmage. Might have squeaked out a yard. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. And of course, when we wrap up shout-outs in the third, you are obviously free to do as much shouting as you want on YouTube. Third down and 8. And another penalty flag, jumping off sides on the opposite side of the field was Jacob Rawlinson. And that'll be a 5-yard mark-off, making a 3rd down 5 yards more manageable. Third down, and we got a whistle. Let's see what this whistle is about. It'll be a false start, and it will be charged to Bayside. That might be a good thing. In that particular case, the ball had popped out on the snap and was free fodder. So the 5-yard false start charge basically stops the clock and stops the opportunity. Does shove them back 5 and turn it into a 3rd and 8 again. Over it goes to Uter. Uter to midfield, but doesn't have the first. And at midfield, the question mark becomes, does Bayside Academy go for it on a 4th and a couple? And a short couple at that, at midfield. Shout out to Monroe Park, Mimi and Pop are watching. Thanks, Mimi and Pop. 4th down. Bayside going for it at midfield. This is a gutsy call. Billy Neal, is he going to get that shove? Yes. Offensive line. Shoving him forward to the 45. And the sticks on the opposite side of the field will move. Shout out to Bo Miller, my favorite Bayside Admiral. 1st down and 10 at the 45. Shout out to my big boy Wells, number 4. Stay strong. Keep fighting, babe. Fake to Lyons. Miller to pass. Avoids one would-be tackler. Able to get rid of it. Make the completion to Lyons. Inside the 30, down to the 29. And yep, Lyons got the positive yardage, but it was Miller that avoided the sack and bought the time. First down and 10, Admirals trying to respond to the Marbury TD. Shout out to the Bayside cheer squad. First down and 10 at the 28. Give goes to Lyons. Sandwiched at the 27 and a flag into the fray. Could be a hold. That's where you often see a hold and a flag in that vicinity. And it is a hold, and it is charged to Bayside. Shout out to Bayside football from the volleyball team. Way to go. Thank you very much, Coach. What a great interview at halftime. And looking forward to a big year again this year from Bayside volleyball. If you watch the interview, 28 state titles. That's just mind-boggling. Can't fathom it. Keep up the great work, Miles Uter and Wonder Boy Madden Uter. Love from Layla and Papa. Wow, all of a sudden it has gotten windy. With about a minute to go in the third. I hope that is not a precursor to rain. Lions sidestepping Bulldogs. Down to the 24. Gain of 5. But yeah, all of a sudden some definitive wind blowing in. Shout out to Will Allen, a.k.a. Big Lips. All right. Shout out to Kate Lyons, number 9, from Pa and Bobby Crampton from the farm in Rosenton. That looks like it's going to do it for the third. And you know what that means, darn it. It'll do it for your shout-outs, but thanks for them. We head to the fourth. Bayside 19-7 over the Bulldogs. We head into the fourth. Thanks for all the shout-outs. And yeah, there were a few more that came in. And technically, they came in the third. So they're legal. We can mention them in the fourth. Shout out to Bo and Riggins Hammock. We love you both, from Coach and Mammy in St. Pete, Florida. Go Bayside. On a 2nd and 5 from the 25. Give goes to Smith. Big hole up the middle. Crushes it inside the 15 for a first. Shout out to the announcer. Hey, that would be me. Thank you for the shout out. Shout out to the JockJive crew. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for the kind comments. Well, the crew tonight is a crew of one-man band. Camera, play-by-play, little graphics. Okay, I'm not doing much with the stats. But, hey, thank you very much. Great to have you on the other end of the coverage. And Amy Zanity will be back next week to run camera for us. Smith inside the 10, inside the 5, dives towards the end zone and will be about a yard shy. It will be first and goal. So the camera work will improve greatly next week. Shout out to Burke Brown and Ann Schilling, the GOAT. Go Admirals, from Coach Miller. I agree. I do not know how you win 21 state championships in a row and you're going up in classifications. You're not, they are. The opponents. Billy Neal into the end zone. 4 Bayside Academy touchdowns and 4 touchdown scores. And Bayside answering the Marbury touchdown. Make it a 25-7 game. Wilkinson trying to tack on the extra point. And actually, this is a different kicker. This is Nathan Ivan. Out of the hold of Noah Kane. And that kick off to the left. (25-7) Bayside lead. Again, thanks for the shout-outs in the third. Now you can go to YouTube. Shout out there or subscribe to our YouTube channel if you don't mind. And if you want to watch this game on demand, subscribe to our premium channel. And if you'd follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, oh, we would be so happy. I haven't tried to boot it away. The wind has picked up noticeably. I haven't seen any flashes of lightning off in the distance since in the second stanza. But all of a sudden this breeze is concerning and is into the end zone. Touchback out to the 20. And that's where Marbury will take over, first down and 10. Well, we're hoping that Mama Nature will allow us to get this one in. I mean, we've only got like 11 minutes to play. Let's see what it says for my location at the moment. Cloudy, doesn't mention any rain, so hopefully it's accurate. Here's my concern about my iPhone weather app. Typically when it tells me it won't rain, it does. When it tells me it will rain, it doesn't. Incomplete on the pass. And Alex Hamby, who came in for a snap or two in the first half. At QB for Marbury here in the fourth now. Incomplete pass, bringing up a second down and 10. Speaking of the breeze, though, what has been nice the first two Friday nights of the year has been the weather, considering how hot it can be and usually is in August. Hasn't been shabby at all. Hamby drops back. Flushed out of the pocket, still looking. And he will be hammered at the 20. Loss of a yard brings up a third down and 11. Tomorrow, Milledgeville, Georgia. A 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff, noon Central. Number 1 and number 11 in junior college football. Georgia Military College, the 11 team. Iowa Western, the 1 team. And that's coming your way tomorrow here on JockJive. Hamby drops the snap, picks it back up on the two-hopper. And that disrupts the flow of the play. Hamby trying to buy time. And was the pick made? Did he keep his feet in? And I think the official is saying incomplete. Boy, what a super try by Sam Cunningham. If we were playing college or pro football, somebody would be dropping the red hanky and wouldn't be taking a look at that on replay. 9:37 to play in the football game. And another shout out. All the love from Fish Camp to Nathan Ivan, the Belgium Boomer. Thank you, Bayside Academy, and thank you, Captain Kinney. Kane takes it on the roll of the 47. Breaks it to the left side, 35-30. Still on his feet to the 25, inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. And that is where Bayside Academy will take over.
He's out of bounds at the Bulldog 21-yard line. It's the first down, Bayside.
First down and 10.
In the third quarter of play, Shelby County 31, Hopeful 14.
$9:20 to play in the football game, 25-7 Bayside lead. Got great field position. This would be one of those seal-it scores if you can punch it in from 21 yards away. Smith in the backfield behind quarterback Bo Miller. Smith rolls out, pass over the middle, in and out of the hands of Uter. Incomplete pass, bringing up a second down and 10. Next week, Orange Beach, and in 2 weeks, off to Monroe County. The significance of the Monroe County game is it's the first of the games that impact your postseason appearance, first of the conference games. Handoff given to Smith, and Smith pounding his way inside the 15, near the 11. Four Bayside scores and 4 Bayside scorers. Parton, Kane, Lyons, and Neal. All scoring 6. Handoff given to Smith. And Smith still on his feet inside the 10. And he'll back his way down to the 7-yard line, refusing to go down easily. So Bayside with a first and goal. 8:19 to play. Admirals trying to move that overall mark to 500 at 1-1. And again, playing against an upper class opponent. Last week 4A, this week 5A. Pass is complete to, I think that was Anderson. Let's see. Still trying to pick up the number. I don't think that's a 2, which would be Anderson. And it's not, that is Wilkinson. Hand off to Neal. And he'll dive into the end zone from a couple of yards away. So Billy Neal, his 3rd touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And Bayside Academy pushes that lead out to 31-7. And here's been the lone trouble spot tonight for the Admirals. They have hit 1 extra point. Ivan will try to boot it through. And extend it to a 32-7 lead with 7 minutes and 21 seconds to play. Kane to hold. There's the snap, hold, and kick. It looks good. It is good. (32-7) Bayside leads, 7:21 to play in the football game. Ivan's got it teed up. And that will be fielded at the 2. To the 25, 30. Football is lost. It will roll out of bounds. And the Bulldogs will have it at the 29, where it'll be first down and 10.
28-yard return after the 30-yard line. Be first down, Bulldogs.
7 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in this one. And barring the miraculous, and the miraculous has happened, but they call it miraculous for a reason. It does not happen with great frequency. Third quarterback used for the Bulldogs, and he'll be sandwiched. We've had Thompson, we've had Hamby, and actually this is Thompson back. So 2 quarterbacks used. Loss of 4 brings up a second down and 14. Orange Beach next Friday night. A week that's also got some Coastal North and South volleyball. Monday, Coastal South. Complete pass to Bailey Namard. But he slips and puts a knee to the turf at the 33. I am trying to, off the top of my head, without going to my Google Calendar, tell you who Coastal South is playing on Monday. But at the moment, it escapes me. Wednesday, Coastal North and Enterprise State. That's a big matchup in the ACCC. Thompson drops back, fires, picked off, right into the gut of David Phillips. Second turnover of the night. One via the fumble, this one through the air. And that likely will do it. I think we've got a timeout on the field for the heat break, so let's take it as well at the 5:56 mark. Half of the quarter to go. 5:56 to play. And got a new quarterback in the lineup. And Smith wrapped up after, if they give him his forward progress, a couple of yards. And it's Colton LaPasser, who is now at quarterback for Bayside. And you can't be a LaPasser without being a quarterback, right? I mean, if you've got pass in your name, got to be at that QB spot. And Bayside now beginning to focus on burning off some time, running that play clock down to about 12 before the snap of the football. Wrapping it up and powering his way forward is Smith. Brings up a 3rd down and 7. LaPasser wants to go upstairs. He'll be dropped at the 48. So his first pass attempt of the season. Sacked for a loss of 5. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 14. Punting situation. Ivan to boot it away. Williams and Brown deep to receive. And they stand on opposing hash marks at the 11. Ivan with a nice high spiraling kick. Let's take a bit of a Marbury bounce to the 18. And it'll be placed down around the 16 or 17. No. Well, we'll just wait and see where they stick. And there is a flag back at the 41. And they're going to be offsetting. So it'll be Bulldog 1st down, and the line of scrimmage will be the 17. Three minutes, 43 seconds left to play. And again, since we are in the elements and since it feels like something could be coming, post-game will go quickly. We'll wrap it up rather quickly and head to Georgia for tomorrow's 1 versus 11. Bailey Lamar on the pass play from Thompson. Out to the 28, picks up the first on an 11-yard gainer. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Thompson dropping back to pass. Over the middle with the toss, incomplete. A little bit behind Bailey Lamar. But he was wide open over the middle of the field. Brings up a 2nd down and 10. All the reminders, though, as we get near the end of the ball game, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Out of bounds with the pass play to Kendrick. You want to watch the game later? You can. Subscribe to our premium channel. $25 gives you a year's worth of access to any and everything on the site. Thompson. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires long, and it is incomplete. Had a receiver open.
Sam Thompson's pass incomplete. Intended for number 1, Jordan Nelson. Brings up second down and 10.
Nelson, the intended target. Thompson, again trying to get it to Nelson, incomplete on the pass. Inside 3 to play in the game. And that'll bring up a third down and 10.
Brings up third down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And obviously a big thank you to the folks at Bayside Academy. David Kane, Jamie Ferguson, all the folks that make it possible that we, on Friday nights, get to watch some Admiral football. For, I think, the 4th year. I believe we came in the COVID year. Had a flag, but it's been waved off. Maybe it's year 5. I don't know. I lose track of time. 3rd and 10, Thompson. Downfield, got Bailey Namard open, and he'll make the catch at the 33. Had to come back and get it, but did. So it is a first down and 10 at the 33. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in the football game. Thompson rolling to his right, looking, lobs over the middle. And that'll be incomplete, intended for Nelson.
Thompson's pass incomplete. Intended for Jordan Nelson. Brings up second down and 2.
That'll bring up a second down and 10. Marbury lost last week to Stanhope Elmore, 28-13. There's that favorite target again, Bailey Namard. And he'll be dropped at the 21. Marbury with another first down. Two minutes to go in the game. Thompson. Another complete pass. Different target this time. That is Kendrick. And the official stopping the clock with 1 minute and 47 seconds left to play. And Thompson has been going exclusively to the air. Into the end zone, touchdown. Well, Bailey Namard, he had been the primary target all drive long. On the receiving end of the Thompson toss. And a timeout on the field. It is asked for by Bayside. 1:40 to go. Visitors up 32-13. Tees on the turf, but there's the option for the 2. Let's see which is coming. And it will apparently be the extra point try from Chapman, who has swatted one through the uprights, or actually Mangum. And this one, he'll get over the crossbar. Barely, but does. One minute, 40 seconds to play. Let's see if the onside kick is coming in a 32-14 game. Heavy with Bulldogs to this side, but it doesn't look necessarily like Bayside is anticipating the onside. And there is no onside. It'll be Ivan on the return. And it'll be dragged out at the 19. Well, Bayside should be able to run out the clock. Unless, of course, Marbury opts to stop the clock. It's a situation where you know you have lost the football game. And I know it's a fine balance between accepting the loss and accepting the reality that the deficit is just too much to overcome in a minute 40. Well, let's see which mindset Marbury's got. Well, they call a timeout. You would think it's going to be kept on the ground by Bayside. And I'll give it to Smith. And Smith will turn his way to the 32.
Will Smith on the carry for Bayside, taking 12 yards, first down.
And it looks like the clock will roll, and this ball game, a little better than 60 seconds away from wrapping up. Will likely finish a 32-14 score, but we'll see. Tomorrow, 1 and 11 in junior college football. Pass caught by Smith. And he'll make his way to the 37-yard line.
Colton Lopsacker's pass complete to number 4, Will Smith.
Next Friday, Bayside and Orange Beach at Freedom Field. Penalty against Bayside. That is a holding infraction. .52 seconds left. No passer has got a complete pass in the ball game. So if you're the Admirals, you basically achieved what you wanted to achieve. Got the win, got a little playing time for the youngsters who may not get a lot of playing time in certain contests. Passer getting the field, no passer. Feel of a complete pass. And I think both teams have conceded that's it. Yep, there's less time on the game clock than the play clock. And this one is final. Bayside Academy will improve their overall mark to 1-1. Marbury Bulldogs will drop to 0-2 on the young year, but again, for both, conference play still to come. Thanks so much for watching our coverage. We'll see you next Friday night at Freedom Field. It'll be Orange Beach. The Mako's coming to town, and we'll have the coverage for you with a 7 o'clock kickoff. For all the folks at Bayside Academy and at JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody. Thanks for watching.